Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The body of water that you see to the right of our forward motion is the Seven Seas Lagoon. The Seven Seas Lagoon is a man-made creation that took 3 years and the removal of millions of cubic yards of earth to complete.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. This is ResortLoop.com, the gateway to the magic. Thrilled on this broadcast day to be joined by the Resort Loop Roundtable. It's been a long day, but I'm so excited to talk some Disney. Joining us today, Mr. Brad Coates. Brad.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Miss Rebecca Toone.
Well, hello.
Oh, hello. And
easy there.
Listen, I am on
Velvety voices at midnight.
I'm pretty sure that's what they call it. Annual pass holder high.
That's right. The newest annual pass holder.
I'm in the honeymoon phase of the annual pass holder.
She'll show it to anybody, just have to ask. And let's see.
I will flash anyone.
Oh my. And unfortunately, Joe Quattrochi could not be here, as well as Emily Hansa Hicks. So maybe next time, but we have too much news to put off doing the show.
Joe, stop avoiding me.
You would think there's a restraining order.
He is legally required to stay 10 feet away from my audio.
Absolutely. It's a weird looking Venn diagram of a broadcast. Oh, okay. Brad, you want to start us off with we got some good news stories I want to get in this week.
Some really great news stories.
I know.
Exciting stuff.
Stuff that some of it's just like with bated breath. We've been waiting not 1 month, not 2 months, but seems like a lifetime, right?
Right.
A lifetime.
So the first big breaking news was the villas at Disneyland Hotel. Now, the villas at Disneyland Hotel, everybody found out not too long ago that it was completed and they were actually letting people stay there. But what they did was they took the DVC resort and were letting anybody that wanted to stay in. You would book it on cash. But they weren't saying anything about when DVC could buy into it. Well, they finally have come out and given us the update. So owners will have access to the full 11-month booking window with check-in dates available September 28th, 2023, opening up through April 16th, 2024, and they can begin to buy their points on May 16th. That's right. So by the time you hear this, you could already be buying points. So they will begin to open it up. Now, this is going to be a modified home resort booking period from this date, from September 28th through April 16th. It's going to be a little bit different. Owners, in order to book, must call Disney Vacation Club member services in order to make a reservation using your points. Phone lines are open, the usual 9 a.m. Pacific, Eastern, and 6 a.m. 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Pacific. Now, non-owners can begin to book the resort as of July 27th, 2023, the standard 7-month window applying with that. Now, it's expected that full online booking capabilities will be implemented when the reservations open to all owners later in the year in July. But early on, the modified reservation periods allowing that's going to happen earlier is going to be a little bit more of a challenge, just because there's only going to be a fraction of all the Disneyland Hotel villas that will be available for DVC point reservations. That's important to note. So availability on some of these room categories is going to be a challenge. Grand Californian was always a challenge because they didn't have very many rooms, and we were all hoping with the villas, with it being this tower with so many rooms in it, that finally we'd be able to get the kind of rooms, the studios and things that most families are clamoring for, and we would be able to have a lot more opportunity. But it sounds like in the beginning it may be a challenge. Whether it'll be as bad as Grand Californian is, it's hard to tell. I have friends that own at Grand Californian, and 3-4 years in a row, they try to book at the 11-month window day and still can't book a room. Wow. So, and they own there. So it's like, it's insanity at Grand Californian. So hopefully it won't be that bad here, but initial pricing is in place. So you can go on to DVC site to take a look at those prices. Did you happen to look at those prices, you guys? Anybody bring it up? I did look, but I've forgotten what it said. I think it was around 220 a point, 225 a point, but then there's a discount going for DVC owners.
I do know there's a discount, but I don't remember what the price point was.
Through May 29th, there's a discount offered. I think it's like a $30. It depends on how many points you buy.
It's
the discounts.
It's $20 each for an add-on of 150 points is the discount.
Yeah. And then if you add on more points, then there's a higher discount. But
yes.
I think if you add on 1,000 points, you save like $40.
Sure. So why not? We all should just do that, right?
Yeah, We'll get 2,000 just in case.
Just in case you want to bring everyone you know and all your friends from the Resort Loop Nation.
That's right.
So now I did bring this up just to give people an idea, because this was the part that I saw. Okay. For those who have been in the know, many of you know that I have recently sold my 2 DVC contracts that I had. And I was considering adding a contract at Disneyland, since Disneyland's kind of my home park. And so that's the place that's my home park anyway. So, and especially when I saw the point charts. Did you look at the point charts? Anybody?
I did not. I'm not going to buy it anytime soon.
So here you go.
Hit us.
The deal when you go to Disney World, if you're trying to book on points, is Animal Kingdom villas.
Yes.
Right? That's the place where you can get the cheap rooms. You get the value rooms as low as 7 points a night. I mean, it's crazy. Of course, those are hard to get, but even the deluxe studios can be as low as 10 per room. What's that?
They exist.
But they exist, right? But here's the thing. So at the lowest travel period, which is different than Disneyland because they cycle it different. But just to give you an example, the lowest value, the best value travel time at Animal Kingdom is September 1st through the 30th. It has the lowest point requirement. You can get a standard deluxe studio for 10 points a night, Sunday through Thursday. So 10 points, Sunday through Thursday. The lowest point period for Disneyland is January 1st through the 31st. And you can get the same type, you can get a deluxe studio with a standard view for 13 points, Sunday through Thursday. 13 points. To give you an idea of the example of that, if you were to go to Grand Californian, try to book one of their deluxe studios during their cheapest time, and it's 17 points for a studio per night. So they are actually very reasonably priced. When you look at that, I mean, you can really, if you had 200 points, you could really rock it if you could pick the right time to go. So, but here's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the problem.
And
here's comes my vent. I'm bringing up my
Bring
box.
it on.
Bob would be so proud.
Bob.
Bob. I was ready to buy. I was looking at it. I was already kind of setting my wife up with conversations. And then I read the part where they basically said, and for now, until whenever, we're not opening up all the rooms to DVC points.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the guy that goes and buys first off the shelf when I'm buying into a resort I can't even book, because they're trying to, they built it as a DVC resort, but then they're trying to generate cash.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
No.
Is that not what it feels like?
Yes.
Yep.
So you know what, guys?
They're using
money
to pay their bills.
Exactly. So if you want a money grab off of somebody else, I'll wait till later. When it all opens up and it looks like it's working right, then I'll reconsider. But for now, I just don't trust. I'm sorry. I just don't trust them right now. The changes they're making and stuff. Sometimes it's just like, really? Why are you doing this? But anyway.
Brad, I'll be honest. I thought you were going to talk about the transient tax involved with the new tower.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. What was, I didn't see that in my list here.
Oh, it's the, now you have to pay an additional tax per room or per point. It's, let me see here, $2.73, a little more than that if you go down the deeper decimals. Per point is assessed at checkout.
Wow.
So if it's like 100-night stay, multiply that by $2.73, and that's an additional charge that in all the other resorts, I guess, is rolled in.
Yeah.
But this is much harder.
Except for Aulani. Aulani is like that, I believe.
I think Aulani's is much smaller, though. I think it's like...
Yeah, but it's yeah.
Right.
But they said $233 per night? How much was the tax again?
It's $2.73 per point.
Per point.
Per point.
Oh my goodness. So suddenly that cheap room. Yeah. So 13 points, 26, close to $30. Is that per night?
I think it's just per point. I think I said per night when I meant per point. I apologize.
Well, I guess still, it's just another add-on instead of rolling it into it, but whatever. Sounds like something California would do. Find a new way to. They got to come up with some money fast.
Oh,
that sounds very Californian. Let's talk about.
Let's not get into the whole politics scene in California.
Actually, I don't even know if this applies to California. I think this is just Florida, but we're going to talk about newsflash dining plan.
Yes,
Oh,
and it is
so
just Disney World. Yeah,
I thought it was just Disney World, but I don't know about you, but I was in Disney last weekend, and the number of people talking about the dining plan, you would think that everyone was hungry. No one goes hungry in Disney. But pre-pandemic and post-pandemic, the dining plan has been something that has been a major topic for everyone, not just DVC members, but for everyone. So the good news is the dining plan is coming back. Is that good news? I don't know.
A lot of people just love the convenience of it. So.
Yeah, that's it.
Honestly, if you're going to look at anything, it's a way of prepaying for your trip.
Exactly.
That's how I look at it. Like it is not a savings. It is not a bonus. You are prepaying for something that you're going to pay for one way or the other. So it's a great way to budget. But in the news, Disney Vacation Club members can now call member services beginning on May 31st, the very last day of May, to add one of two dining plans to their upcoming reservations. In early May, Disney announced that its popular dining plans would return in 2024. Too much applause and also criticism, because that's how Disney fans roll. The announcement did not specifically address availability to DVC owners. However, a link has since been added to the members-only website, which reads, starting May 31st, 2023, call member services to add dining plans to your 2024 stays. Two dining plans are available. The traditional dining plan, which is offered one table service meal, one quick service meal, and one snack per day, along with a refillable beverage mug. Also, the quick service dining plan with two counter service meals and one snack item per day with the refillable mug. Exact terms have not yet been revealed and may be subject to change, yada, yada, yada. Also, no pricing has been made available, which is slightly more important. DVC owners who are eligible to book the dining plans in the past. Members must contact DVC member services to add one of the dining plans to the reservation and make payment. The dining plans must be purchased for every guest listed on the villa. That's really important. So if you have a grandma who only eats a tiny amount and an uncle who wants to eat the whole thing, it does not matter. You have to buy for every guest listed on the villa reservation. And also for the length of stay. Reservations made with DVC points do not qualify for free dining, which we have not been made aware is coming back.
Right.
Or similar promotions offered to cash guests. So just remember, if you're buying it, you're paying for it. It's not offered as free. Complete details should be available by May 31st when the new dining plans become available to be reserved. The dining plans will be valid for stays commencing January 9th, 2024 or beyond. I'm very torn on this. I have done the dining plan many times.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed the dining plans at times. I have thought all I did was eat on my vacation at other times. So I think it's one of those things that you kind of have to decide how you want to do Disney. Yeah. It's interesting. I've read a lot about the lauding of it coming back. I've also heard some criticism of it coming back, but not in its very original form. Like, I don't know if you remember Brad and Tim, but back in the day, this plan used to be exquisite.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
Full of snacks. It included tip. It included so much. And much as Disney is wont to do, they've kind of whittled it down to something that can be balanced out. I do think it is a great way to budget for a trip if you are budget conscious. Especially if you're looking to do character meals or those signature dining experiences that people have like that's how I vacation now, is those signature dining experiences. So if that's how you want to do it, it's a great way to budget. Otherwise, you might feel like you spend your entire time eating.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
but it is nice to see them sort of, and it, I don't know, I'm trying to decide if that means they're listening to their customers, or as if Brad said, is this another money grab? I'm on the fence about it. I do think a lot of people have clamored for it to come back. And I think there are a lot of people excited that it's coming back. I'm very curious as to what the price point will be.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. The key thing to notice here is, of course, we don't know the price point yet. And as has been, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Back in the day, that was part of my touring plan expertise. I would show you how to wipe them out when it came to the dining plan. I made money off them every year with the dining plan in those early days. But
it's like
every
the
year they
package on a cruise. Like I'm not going home without money on the table.
And so, but every year they take stuff away, raise the price.
Right.
It got harder and harder to really make it a value. But then it was, well, it's convenient. But we're getting to the tipping point where it's like, but is convenience worth the money you make? You're probably going to lose on this if you don't use it correctly. And so
you don't use it correctly.
Yeah. So this time around, if you notice, it used to be you got 2 snacks.
Now you just get one.
Now you just get one. So that's the only big change there. Everything else is the same. You used to get an entree, an appetizer, dessert, and a drink, and then they got rid of the appetizer, and then slowly whittled it down.
You
but
definitely show it, and I think that it behooves people to really educate themselves on it. Make sure it makes sense for their family, because if it makes sense for family A, it absolutely may not make sense for family B. One big thing, which I will go on record as saying, when I was there last weekend during the Flower and Garden, they had all the food kiosks open, and this was before they had announced that dining was coming back. But what I did notice was even on the new clapboards where they listed all the items, they still listed like this was Disney snack credit availability. So that was sort of a hint that Disney dining might be coming back. And honestly, if you're going during one of those times of the year where you have a food kiosk in Epcot, whether it's Flower and Garden or Food and Wine, those are some of the best ways to spend your snack credits, because you can get a really big bang for your buck out of that for your snack credits. We used to save all of our snack credits all week and make our way around Epcot and eat like kings on our snack credits.
And the thing is, they've got those festivals year round now. That's a part that breaks my heart the most, because getting rid of that one extra snack credit now means I get one a day.
Yeah.
Right.
And I did the same thing. We burned through them at Epcot, man, because you got your money's worth. But
lobster roll for a snack credit? Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So if you're going to use it, it can be a great way to budget depending on what you do. But as with all things, and it's just like when we're talking about DVC and we talk about don't use your points for cruises, don't use your points for, like be educated about your points.
Right.
Same thing with the dining thing. Make sure you're educated, know what you're getting into.
And if you're feeling like it's getting to that point where it's just maybe the value is not there, but you still want that convenience of everything being bought, consider buying figure out what you think your normal dining is and buy a Disney gift card. Buy a big one. Use it in every meal. If there's extra, you can go shopping with it.
Yeah. Buy it at Target with your Target Red card and get a little discount.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of ways to save money. This is not the only way, but it might be something to consider if, depending on your family and your makeup and the way you travel.
Now, one thing
go ahead.
I was going to say one thing I brought this up because Michael Stanford, we talked about this before it actually became a DVC option. The new dining window is 60 days. So if you pay for the dining plan and then you get to the 60-day mark and I can't get into what I really want to get into, I mean, can I cancel the dining portion?
Yeah.
Will they give us a little extra window maybe?
It's hard to tell. And I don't know what you guys had heard, but that's exactly what I had heard from multiple reasonably sources that I would usually trust. That the main reason why dining hadn't come back was was really not that wasn't that they didn't want it back. It's that they did not have full capacity in the restaurants and they didn't have all the restaurants open. So putting a dining plan back in place would have just created an already very difficult problem, right, Tim?
Yes.
When you go to try to help your clients with their dining at 60 days out, it's just like, oh my gosh.
And I still don't think
nothing's
1900
there.
Park Fair is open. I think that's still closed.
Right.
So
But it does bring up another interesting thing. Makes you wonder that on January 9th, if they're not if they're not expecting to have every restaurant back open by then.
Oh, I would hope so.
I think maybe
you're going to have to.
Yeah. Because it's just going to be too hard if they don't. So that's the silver lining for all of us. One other thing to point out for those that have done dining plan in the past, notice there's only 2 plans.
Yes.
So the old Disney Dining Plus, they gave you 2 dinner credits that you could then use to go to a signature restaurant, right, Rebecca? Our favorite places to go. They're gone.
They're gone.
You couldn't do it. And then the Disney Deluxe, which included 3 table services, gone. So you just have the quick service and then the basic.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things where new visitors and veteran visitors really need to do their homework.
Yeah, agreed.
And make sure it's something. Now, I will say this, because we're talking about restaurants, and because I was there last weekend, I went to the new Rosa Mexicana at the Dolphin.
Oh.
I don't think this is included in the dining plan, so not germane to the topic, but just for restaurants. If you are looking for incredible Mexican food or a great tequila list, I cannot suggest this place enough. It is going to be one of those hidden gems that it takes people a while to figure out. Some of the best Mexican food I've ever had in my whole life.
You heard it here first, everybody.
It was incredible. I was there with a couple of friends from the UK who are also DVC owners. Shout out to Stephen and Jeff. And it was some of the best food I've ever eaten.
And you can trust her because that's Tequila Becca.
That is
That's right.
Also, I just randomly spouted off a tequila that I wanted. And they were like, absolutely, we'll bring it right away. So,
I was going to say, did your waiter walk up and say, are you Tequila Becky?
Yeah.
Oh, we need to bring out a sampler for you. You need to give us your input.
Listen, fried guacamole is my love language. So shout out to Quinn, whose passion is board games. And I thought that was adorable. But yeah, make sure you check out those new restaurants and support them. But also, do your homework. Do your homework, friends.
So, quick question. Do you guys know if Hoop-de-Doo is open back up yet?
Oh, good question.
Did it?
Because it better get opened up quick because Disney Vacation Club is getting ready to expand.
Oh, true.
That's my transition. Did I do okay?
You did great.
Okay, so what I am seeing on a very quick Google search, I make no claims as to the correctness, is that it is still closed.
Yeah. Well, they've got some time to get it done because the announced Disney Vacation Club cabins that are going to be constructed at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground are still a little bit of time away. You heard it here. They are getting ready. Well, this was the statement that came out from Walt Disney. Walt Disney World Resort and Disney Vacation Club today, which was on April 20th, announced proposed plans to bring refreshed cabin hideaways to Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground, offering guests a private retreat in the midst of nature with many of the comforts of home. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first DVC they've had at Fort Wilderness, right? You could just do it. You had to pay cash before.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. So for more than 50 years, Disney goes on, Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground has offered guests the opportunity to explore nature with their loved ones while staying in the heart of Walt Disney World Resort. And it really is. It's right up near, you just get on the boat and ride right over to Magic Kingdom. It's awesome. They were excited to continue to build upon the resort's rich legacy and elevate the cabin experience for our members and all guests to enjoy for years to come. So it goes on and tells you lots of cool things to make it sound it's beautiful. And the reality is it is. Have you guys stayed in the cabins over there at all?
Only once.
Right.
And I will correct myself. Apparently Hoop-de-Doo is open 5 nights a week.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Good.
They're getting there.
We're
Yeah.
getting there. Yep.
Yeah.
So, how have you stayed there, Tim?
I'm not in the cabins, only in an RV a few times.
Oh, in an
back in
RV.
the day.
When we
Yes.
stayed there, we did a horse-drawn carriage
Ooh.
around Fort Wilderness at Christmas because those people are serious about
Oh man.
Yes.
one of the most magical evenings of our lives. We did a little horse-drawn carriage around and saw how they decorate for the holidays. And those snowbirds, they are serious.
Yes.
Oh man. Yeah, they're it reminds me of when I grew up as a kid. I grew up in a little town and they would have a citywide competition to decorate your house, and you like got on the front page of the newspaper if your house won. And my parents would go psychotic to decorate the house. That's what it reminds you of, doesn't it? It's just like they are getting after it.
It's like that kitschy, and like the kitschy the better. Like camp, do all the camp because it is amazing.
Yeah.
And that is where I first got the idea of doing like a Mickey Mouse lamppost, which I now have in front of my yard.
Oh.
But Fort Wilderness is like a city unto itself, I feel like.
Yeah. It's really big. And what's cool, we did, I don't know when you were there, but we rented a golf cart for the whole stay.
Yes.
Nice. Yes.
That was so handy because we could just jump on that golf cart, get clear down to the boat dock, go to Hoop-de-Doo, go up to the bus stop. And it really made that, but it's very large. And so you're lost into the woods. So it's really cool. And it's got cool things like Chippendale's campfire sing-along. We did that. That was a lot of fun. And of course, we love Hoop-de-Doo. That's one of our favorites. So it's just, it's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see them get it done. Now, the project is projected to open in 2024. And they said it'll be the 17th Disney Vacation Club Resort. And of course, more details will follow, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen any pictures of these, but to me, they almost look, because the first ones were initially RVs, and then there was one form of a cabin, then what they have today. These look more like the tiny homes you see on TV. You know, the tiny houses.
Yeah, I haven't seen any pictures. Do you know where you found that?
Oh,
You just did a search?
I saw them earlier, and I was like, they almost look like tiny homes you'd see on like Home and Garden, or any of those tiny home channels. Let's see if I can find one here. But
Oh, I love that.
yes, the only thing is, I think
It's very cozy.
I like how I don't say I like, but I noticed they're going to take some of this, because the campsites aren't terribly expensive. They're not a big, huge margin of profit line on that. But when you throw DVC into there, all of a sudden you're going to have a windfall of cash. And I'm concerned that at some point down the road, like some of the more premier spots at Fort Wilderness, the preferred loops, the 1, 2, 3, 4,
Are going to be taken up by that.
yes.
Yeah, you got a good point.
That's
Probably.
Thing. And I feel like it's so like there's such a homey feel to it. You've got your petting zoo, you've got your Trails End buffet. Like there's something very old school Disney about it.
It is. It's one of the few places on property still that feels like it did, 40 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of the very few things that hasn't changed a ton.
So I found some pictures at Disney Tourist Blog.
Oh, okay. I was going to look. What'd you think?
Yeah. Just one. Yeah. It looks a little small, but we'll wait and see how it looks inside and stuff. But yeah, it's very clean. You're right, though. It looks like a bring it in, drop it on a plot. It's all done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kind of a.
People are saying they're going to demolish the old ones. I'm like, no, they're just going to either put them on a flatbed or hook up a hitch and just pull them out.
I like temporary where they just put them in like drawers.
They're not going to bring in a wrecking ball.
Not even.
No. All right. So I have the next story, and I'm a little excited about this. I will confess.
Yay.
Because why?
Because I just renewed my annual pass.
Woohoo!
I have no words for this because it was so exciting. I tried to get in for the annual pass. I missed it the first window, and I had booked like a 4-day park hopper pass for my trip, my birthday. And I got there, and the person that I was with, who is also a travel agent, she said, "Oh, by the way, they're doing annual passes." And I'm like, I wonder if I could just upgrade the pass that I currently have. And once you spend money, it's like you didn't actually spend it. It's like free money.
Right.
So I went to Magic Kingdom my first day on my trip. And I went to the guest services window, and I said I was looking to see if I could just upgrade my park hopper pass to an annual pass. And she said, "We would love to do that for you."
We're happy to take your money.
Yeah. So this is a big milestone birthday for me. I turned 50 last week.
Yay.
And so this is what I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was an effort. So this is what I did for my birthday to myself as I upgraded my pass. It hurt much less when you're going from a 4-day park hopper to an annual pass. It's not cheap. I did do the photo pass, which was really fun because I took all the pictures for my birthday. But so I guess Disney has decided that annual pass holders are somewhat important to their revenue stream. So after the annual passes went back on sale in April, Disney has now announced a new series of perks for those with passes.
Yay.
A new limited time event called VI Pass Holder Day. See what I did there?
I did.
Is coming soon. And with it, there will be discounts, exclusive snacks, and special photo ops. But one of the most exciting things is the addition of, and this is a hill that I love, a pass holder lounge. I don't care if I'm there for 2 minutes. It's a place I can be that other people can't.
Right.
I'm really
Right?
about it.
My last trip out just a few weeks ago was like only the second time I've ever managed to get to the DVC private lounge. But you walk in there and you just feel like I am royalty.
Right? It's not great. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but
It's not the best
still.
thing that ever happened.
Yeah, they should do something for you pass holders for that. Yeah.
There is something about a special nod to a pass holder that means a lot. So in the pass holder buzz section of the My Disney Experience app, Disney's included some information about what to expect during the VI Pass Holder Day. The offering will begin for a limited time in June, though exact dates have not yet been announced. However, they will be for a limited time in June. They will include, no, it's not your imagination. A new pass holder magnet is coming.
Woohoo.
On your car and see how long it takes to get it stolen.
Right.
It's just like the lounge. It's like people go nuts over those magnets. It's like, oh my gosh.
Here's a pro tip. Put it on your refrigerator. It'll last long.
Exactly.
Pass holders will also have a limited time exclusive space to rest and cool off with dedicated seating. Honestly, in July and August, this is literally everything. You can also enjoy increased discounts on select merchandise and dining locations across Walt Disney World, including select Epcot International Flower and Garden outdoor kitchens. I also noticed, because now that I have my annual pass, I was on there looking for discounts, and annual pass holders beginning July 11th, I believe, can receive up to 35% off room only rates, which is not bad.
That's good.
Yeah. And so I'm pricing out sometimes in July and August where I can slip down there for the weekend, work a couple of days remote and come home, and everything will be wonderful. You can also enjoy discounts on merchandise, exclusive treats. I saw those during the Flower and Garden, that there were certain treats that you could get as pass holders. There was certain merchandise. There were some great water bottles and spirit jerseys and lots of great stuff for pass holders. You will also get a chance to capture memories of their latest park visit with 2 limited time photo ops. That one's kind of interesting to me because I have no idea where they are or what they're doing. Anyway, during these days, Disney says that pass holders will have a limited time exclusive space to rest and cool off with designated seating. And we haven't had a pass holder lounge in Disney World in quite some time. So this is very exciting news, which I agree.
That sounds fantastic.
I think I honestly can say I think I've visited a VIP lounge maybe twice, but I'm always really excited when they come out. It's kind of like an Oscar nomination where it's really just an honor to be nominated. Like, you don't even have to take advantage. You don't even need to win. It's just really excited to get a nod.
Right.
And I think the pass holders have felt, and I haven't been a pass holder for a while, so I'm saying this on the cuff, but I think pass holders have felt a little marginalized, much like DVC members, for a while. And so I think to get this little nod is a big step.
Yeah, I know a lot of people
Pretty
are really
awesome.
happy about finally getting you're no longer the unfavorable mix in the park.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. You're not the drain on society that they kind of made us.
Right. It's them again.
It just seemed like they were taking every perk away from the pass holders.
Yes.
And it's nice they finally recognize how important you guys are.
Even if it's
To
just
their-
a poke and a smile.
Yeah.
I'll
Come
take
on.
it.
It's a magnet. You can afford it.
Magnet.
It only took one kidney to buy the annual pass. So,
It's still
throw in
a
a magnet.
$9 magnet, but you can have it.
You can have it. Free.
Nice.
So tonight has been a great night for cool new revelations, right?
Absolutely.
Good news. It's a
Well, that's a
good
good
news night, right?
Yeah. So do we have time for one more, Tim?
I think if we do it quickly, I think we're good.
Yeah. So there's actually one more exciting thing that was announced.
I love this.
Coming up just recently on May 15th, they let us know there is a summer ticket offer that's coming out. And
Why Becca giving a thumbs up? She already has her tickets.
yeah, she doesn't care. But for those of you that
There's
are,
people who can join me now.
I appreciate that.
that's right. But it's really cool because summer ticket discounts are very, very rare. I mean, they happen, and we saw some of it coming out of COVID. But to see that they are offering one again this year, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So no better way to spend quality time with family and friends than go to Disney World, right? So in the post it said, this summer guests won't want to miss our special new seasonal ticket offer, which will help make their next Walt Disney World vacation extra magical. From experiencing the rush of the new Tron-like cycle, right, Becca? Gotta go to Tron.
Right. Don't wear a dress, women.
Yeah.
Don't wear a dress.
I'm glad you told me that. I took the dress out of my suitcase after you told me.
Smart man.
Then you get to delight in the spectacle of Fantasmic, which is back at Disney Hollywood Studios, and of course into Animal Kingdom with things like Cali River Rapids. Just a lot of things you get to enjoy. Now, beginning May 23rd,
coming up soon,
2023. So coming up very soon, guests can purchase the 4-day, 4-park magic ticket for $99 per day. That's what I said.
Yes,
it's crazy. So it's awesome. Now, this includes 1 day of admission to each of the 4 theme parks. That is not the park hopper included. It's giving you 1 park per day. I don't know if you'll be able to add the park hopper, but I don't know why you couldn't. You could always add it there. You can always add park hopper pretty much to anything once you do it there on site. But it does not say anything about that now.
Right.
And the other exciting news, which we didn't even talk about, I think we might have talked about the last week. I don't remember, Tim. No theme park reservations are needed.
That's for this summer with that ticket. Yeah.
Because the theme park reservations are finally coming to an end soon. So
love this for us.
Oh,
yes.
So much.
And now, if that's not a good enough deal, if you live in Florida, all you folks that live in Florida, you need to lean in and listen carefully. For Florida residents, you can purchase the Disney Summer Magic ticket for 4-day ticket for $58 per day, or a 3-day ticket for $70 per day. So, guys, this is nice. This isn't like we knock $5 off.
Right.
Like sometimes we see with the discounts and stuff. This is a great ticket offer. So I'm trying to figure out how I can cancel my tickets on my upcoming trip and rebook. I don't think that's possible, but
no.
Wow.
Again, I'm going to say this as just, I don't like to say devil's advocate because I hate that phrase, but what I'm going to say is much like the dining plan, read the fine print. 1 park, 1 day.
Yes.
Like, make sure you're reading the fine print. Please do not show up at 2 parks and think you're going to get in, but it can be an incredible deal for someone who just wants to hang out with family.
Yep. That's the key. That's very good, Becca, because that's the number one thing to really note on this deal more than any of it. It is 1 park per day. And people, we've got clients all the time, right, Tim? You're walking them through and say, it's a base ticket. You know what that means?
Right.
It'll cost you this much more than the park hop, but it's a base ticket. So 1 park per day. But for vets like us, like me, we do 1 park per day now. I mean,
right.
Honestly, we have begun doing that.
If we're there for multiple days, we usually do that.
I don't know. I'm 50 now. I don't hop
around. You're 50 and now counting. I'm 50 and you're 50 and holding, and I'm 50 and molding. So
yeah, no. I like You never want to be caught unaware. And I think that's the name of the game with Disney now, whether you're DVC, annual pass holder, daily attendee, read the fine print, know the rules, do your homework.
Yeah, but we do our best whenever we do these roundtables to give you as much of the details as we can, because we're really here to make sure we can help you to make it a magical trip. It is getting harder and harder to go to Disney and not leave on special drugs, because anxiety levels and stress, it's more complex and more complicated, more and more. It's job security for us, right, Tim?
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie, I showed up the day after I got my annual pass. I showed up at Hollywood Studios thinking I could just walk right in, and they're like, "Do you have a reservation?" I was like, "No, but I have an annual pass." And they're like, "We don't care."
It doesn't matter. No. So you got to be aware. We do our best to help you, but always, always, always read the fine print. Listen to what we say, and then go out there and go to Disney sites and research it to make sure you got all the details you need to know.
And if we don't say what you're wondering about, send us an email and ask.
Please.
Come to Facebook Live. Come to our page.
Message the other day, and I loved getting it. So if you don't hear what you need to hear, just send us a message. We'll talk.
Absolutely.
We could do a whole show about it. That's how we roll.
That's how we roll.
It's like we love this. It's our passion.
Almost. Oh my gosh, guys, we need to wrap this up. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I loved it.
It was great.
Rebecca, we've already had people reaching out to you, but if somebody else wants to reach out to the lovely Tequila Becca, Mr. Rebecca Toon, birthday girl.
Cadavar. Or Rosa Mexicana these days.
The new place.
La Cava still has a place in my heart. But you can also reach me on Twitter at Tequila Becca or at the ResortLoopNation.com or the Facebook page.
Love it. And Brad, how about you?
And Looper Nation Live on Facebook is a great place to catch me kind of trolling around, looking at those questions or things that I can say, good, I agree. But anyway, great place to go there. And as I've mentioned before, I'll mention it to you again because of what Becca said. Please reach out to us. If you have questions, if you couldn't tell, we love doing this. And we love talking about it. We're not necessarily experts at everything, but we're truly, we've got way too much information and experience than we probably should have.
We'll definitely talk through it. We'll get you an answer.
Yeah. So reach out to me at papamouse101@hotmail.com or Brad Coates at familyfuntravels.com as well. So
awesome. I'm Tim Scott. I always say Facebook tour, but I want to leave you with that Resort Loop group cruise is coming up this November 27th.
Yes.
Very
Come
excited.
Join us.
We got quite a few people going.
I literally just asked about it today.
Yeah, great. So, I mean, I think the cruise is starting to fill up now, but still got good pricing versus the week before, which was Thanksgiving. That was crazy. So, week after, much better priced.
I will be reaching out to Tim Scott tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Very exciting. Anyway, Facebook, Twitter, the website, ResortLoop.com. Like they said, Looper Nation Live over at Facebook, our private group. It's fantastic. Always good conversations there and stuff going on. That's how we do it. Everybody, you've been listening to the Gateway to the Magic. Do your thing, guys.
See you, everybody.
Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoopTravelGroup.com.